Death of Eric. 1 hour ago, young and restless Victor died peacefully at his home. Very sad news. In an overwhelming wave of heartbreak, fans of The Young and the Restless are mourning the deeply saddening news. Eric Braeden, the legendary actor behind Victor Newman, has passed away. Just an hour ago, it was confirmed that the man whose name became synonymous with power, charm, and strength on television for over 4 decades died peacefully at his home, surrounded by loved ones. The silence that now lingers in his home is deafening, a silence once filled with the commanding voice of a man who ruled Genoa City with both compassion and iron will. For many, it is not just the death of a beloved actor, but the end of an era. A legacy that defined daytime drama. Eric Braeden's portrayal of Victor Newman was more than just a role, it was a phenomenon. Since his debut in 1980, Victor became a household name. Through betrayals, heartbreaks, corporate battles, and endless family feuds, Victor stood tall as the heart of The Young and the Restless. Millions tuned in daily to watch him scheme, love, lose, and rise again. Born Hans Gudegast in Germany before coming to the US and changing his name, Eric built a career from the ground up. He never imagined that a single character would define his legacy, but Victor Newman wasn't just any character. He was ruthless, yet loving. Cold to his enemies, yet tender with Nikki. A man of contradictions and complexities. And only Eric Braeden could bring him to life in such a powerful, believable way. A peaceful goodbye. Family sources say Eric passed away quietly, in his favorite chair by the window, watching the early evening light fall over the garden he loved. He was calm, at peace, and had reportedly said the night before, "I've lived a full life. If I leave tomorrow, I leave proud." He had been in good spirits in recent months, often reflecting on his career and the incredible journey that The Young and the Restless took him on. Though he had health scares in the past, especially a well-publicized battle with cancer in 2023, he remained positive and grateful for the life he had lived. His last social media post, just days ago, featured a throwback photo of himself on the Y&R set, with a caption that now feels like a goodbye letter. "What a ride it's been, forever grateful." The outpouring of grief. The announcement sent shockwaves across social media. Fans from every corner of the world began sharing tributes, clips, and heartfelt messages. Actress Melody Thomas Scott, who played his on-screen love Nikki Newman, wrote, "My heart is broken. I've lost my other half. Eric wasn't just a co-star, he was family. We spent more than 40 years creating something magical. Rest in peace, my Victor." Longtime friend and co-star Joshua Morrow, Nick Newman, added, "He taught me how to be strong on-screen and how to be kind off-screen. I'll never forget you, Eric." CBS released an official statement, calling Eric Braeden, a titan of daytime television whose contribution to storytelling and character development changed the industry forever. Remembering the man behind the role. Off-screen, Eric Braeden was known for his intelligence, wit, and passion. He was outspoken about his beliefs, a fierce advocate for the arts, and incredibly generous with fans. He was a loving father and husband who balanced his iconic career with devotion to his family. He often spoke about his immigrant background and how that shaped him into a fighter, a trait clearly visible in the roles he played. "Victor is who I might have been," he once said, "if life had pushed me in a different direction." Fans remember him not just for his talent, but for his humanity. Stories have already begun circulating, of fans who met him at signings and were amazed at how down-to-earth and kind he was. One wrote, "He took time to talk to my mother, who had watched Y&R since it started. She cried, and he hugged her. That's who he was." Genoa City will never be the same. The question now looms for The Young and the Restless: what will become of Victor Newman? Producers had reportedly prepared for this eventuality, knowing Eric had discussed retiring several times. But no one expected it this soon. There are whispers of a special week-long tribute arc, a farewell storyline that will honor both the character and the man behind him. Rumors suggest that Victor's final scenes were already shot in secret, intended for a future goodbye. If true, it will no doubt be the most emotional and powerful moment in the show's long history. Genoa City without Victor Newman is like a sky without stars. He was the patriarch, the protector, and the pulse of the show. Fans share their grief. In Facebook groups, Reddit threads, and YouTube comments, fans are grieving together. Victor taught me how to fight for my family. I feel like I lost a grandfather today. I grew up watching him. I never missed an episode. My heart is shattered. Rest in peace, legend. You made our lives brighter for 44 years. These aren't just fans, they're extended family of the Newman Empire. And their pain is real. A final toast to the legend. As the news continues to spread, one thing is clear: Eric Braeden's legacy will live forever. His work shaped generations. His performances will be rewatched for decades to come. And somewhere, in the hearts of millions, Victor Newman will always be pacing in his office, raising a glass of scotch, and delivering one last iconic line. I built this empire with my own 2 hands. And I will be damned if I let anyone take it from me. Rest in peace, Eric. Your empire of storytelling, love, and unforgettable moments will never be forgotten. You were, and always will be, the heart of the young and the restless. Dove Eric Braeden, 1941-2025. A legend, a father, a fighter, a king. Dove.